Okay. Episode 18.
Holy crap.
The Real Estate Tailgate.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Episode 18. The Real Estate Tailgate.
We're back, and it's time for the Real Estate Tailgate. Let's get right into it. How you doing, David Underwood, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I appreciate it, bro. How are you?
I'm great. We also got our esteemed producer here, Walter. What up, Walter?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing this fine Friday morning?
Man, I mean, everyone's just in a great mood, right? The whole town. It's nice weather. The sun is shining. It's warm in November. No jackets.
In Michigan, man.
The Lions are in first place. They're 7-1.
Yeah.
in first
7-1
place.
Detroit Lions. Are you kidding me?
Let's, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's
There's still steam coming off the Lions from how they rolled over the Packers.
oh yeah.
You know, everyone's been talking about this. They're going to lose another game somewhere, I imagine, but I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know. I can see them.
Yeah.
I can see them winning 15 games. Honestly, it's possible.
You know,
They just overcome adversity, like everything.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know who they would lose against at this point. I mean, all the teams that are on that.
They're just such a well-coached team, man.
Yeah. And
Shout out to
they just
Dan
look-
Campbell, man, and the coach, all the coaches. They are so well-coached.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They just look good from top to bottom.
Look
I mean,
great.
And they always still say that there's room for improvement, and there
Yes.
is, but
Yes.
they're doing more than enough to get the job done right now.
And my man Jared Goff, holy cow, man! Those stats are just unbelieful,
MVP
and he's finally
contender.
getting the recognition that he so well deserves,
Absolutely.
nationally, and other sports commentators watching
Yep.
other games. Before that, he was kind of no one really talked about him, and you just can't argue with his stats, man.
And the thing
More
about
touchdowns than incompletions.
Yeah, the thing about it is he does it in such a quiet manner.
Yep.
I mean,
Class act.
not to change the subject, but I know you guys saw the game last night.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. What a game. What a game. I mean, that's an example of two very, very good quarterbacks.
yes.
Going at it, battling. These are the type of quarterbacks that get the limelight, whereas Goff doesn't really get the limelight a whole lot, but he does.
Do you see Jared Goff run to the 1 yard line and stop, and then reach his hand over the goal line for a touchdown? He don't do that, does he?
No.
Both teams did that last night. I thought it was a little ridiculous.
But that's
That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, you've got these. I don't want to use the term showboat quarterbacks, but they're in the limelight. You know what I mean? They thrive on that. And don't get me wrong, they're competitive guys.
Well, it wasn't Joe Burrow that did it. It was Jamar Chase did it, but he was mocking
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But the point is
Or not he was mocking him, but he was getting back at him.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to get at is these are guys having a shootout, battling, and Goff can do the same thing. He just does it in a quiet manner.
Yeah.
He can compete against any quarterback out there.
Absolutely. I would say the only game I can think of right now off the top of my head that they could maybe fall to is possibly my AFC team, the Buffalo Bills. But
I mean, I'm going to disagree because
I said possibly.
They could fall. No.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree. You're going to be shot.
All right.
They could lose to any remaining team, any given Sunday, right? I hate to say that term, but it's true. They're all NFL teams. They could lose to any given team. They could lose to the Bears. It's possible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We got to play the Bears in December.
Yeah.
At Chicago. So I mean,
and the Bears have been getting better from what I see.
They also could run the table. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. The way they're playing, they could run the table.
Yeah. And I like Caleb
I think it's
Williams too.
possible.
Like I like Caleb Williams as a quarterback. I think he's just right now he's just going through the motion and
Well, he's a rookie, man. He's
I
a
know,
rookie.
I know.
But like I said, far from what I've seen, he is getting better. The team's getting better. I mean, he's a rookie. He's starting. I mean, everyone kind of goes at their own pace. I mean, some people are a little bit more freakish, like Daniels with the Commanders. I mean, that.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I got to say, I hate Chicago. lifelong Lions fan here. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's my biggest rival.
Well, I'm not a
lot of
Chicago
people say
fan.
Green Bay, but to me it's Chicago.
Yeah.
I hate Green Bay too, but
Yeah, Green Bay's
I hate Green Bay too, but Chicago's number one. Green Bay would be right next to him.
Well, yeah, I was going to say both, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean it's I'm just looking at it from a respectful
Oh yeah.
angle. That
Hey, I said we could lose. It's possible.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could lose to any team, but we could also beat any team.
Yeah.
It's true, and like I said, it's a possibility. And yes, you could. Yes, Mitchell, you could lose to any team that's coming up on the schedule.
I mean,
I'm just looking at.
I wouldn't be
purely
surprised if it
yeah,
happened because you could have a bad day and
right. I mean, let's look at C.J. Stroud and when they faced who did they face?
So there's C.J. Stroud.
Well,
He's having the sophomore slump. I know they got injuries, yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
yeah.
But I don't want to hear the injury thing because the
Yeah,
Lions
yeah,
have had all
just-
kinds of injuries.
right.
And we do nothing but win.
Right.
But
yeah,
I like
Jets-
CJ. I like CJ Stroud.
Right,
though.
yeah.
Yeah. But they're saying he's having a sophomore slump. He was actually better last year, his rookie year.
He was.
His stats, everything. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on fire. I know he's got some
Yeah.
receivers down, but
Right.
Well, yeah, receivers down, and with the receivers down, I mean, yeah, sophomore slump. I agree with you, but I think it's not just him. I think it's the entire team.
Yeah.
Because when his receivers
Yeah,
go down
yeah.
and your timing's off, if his line is not giving him an extra second or two, he's toast, and that's what happened, right? The last game.
Yeah. It was the Jets that they faced of
Yeah.
all time.
I like CJ Stroud. He's a good quarterback. I think he's going to be really good.
yeah.
I do too.
He's going to be really good in this league.
But they were on him like white on rice.
They were.
You know what I
He
mean?
just didn't have a chance.
He didn't have a chance, man.
Your Detroit Lions are favored on the road in
Yes.
Houston this week.
Yeah, which
And I believe Collins is going to be back for Texas, right?
I've heard both. I don't know. I don't know what I didn't check this
So it's not
morning.
definite yet?
Yeah, they were talking. He was, and I thought I heard something yesterday that maybe he won't. So I don't know.
Not that it makes a difference.
I think he's
whether or not we're
I think
gonna
he's
win.
listed as questionable right now, which is 50-50.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it makes a difference in whether or not we're going to win, but at least it gives him something to throw at. Stroud. So
Which goes back to our Lions and just the team they built, the depth, unbelievable.
yeah,
Right?
1,000%.
The depth is unbelievable.
1,000%.
And
We lose Hutch, they still win. We lose Jamison Williams, they still win.
And we've been talking.
Ryan Branch gets ejected, we still win.
Oh yeah. Well, and we've been talking for about 10 minutes about the Lions for the most part, and we didn't even bring up our new addition.
I know Zadarius Smith.
Yes.
What are we thinking, fellas? What are we thinking?
I like it.
I like it, man. I like it a lot because we needed to do something. Okay,
Yeah.
I felt we needed to do something.
Well, the
only
thing is, our
because-
depth at edge, besides Hutch, they're all out too. So
That's what I
we
mean.
literally had no one. Yeah.
and the season is barely halfway over.
Right.
So we're gonna.
He's a veteran. He's a good football player.
That's what I heard.
He's not going to replace Hutch, but he's going to help our team out. Our team needs him. So
Well, I heard that he's a good teammate too.
Yes,
he works
I heard that,
hard.
too.
He's not, he's not really an issue in the
and
locker
thank
room.
God
for
the
most
trade
part.
deadline's over, the election's over, the trade deadline's over. I don't have to hear no more political calls or texts, and no more talk about Max Crosby coming to
Exactly.
Detroit.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. And did anyone get Max Crosby?
No.
No. So all those.
Did anyone get Myles Garrett? No.
No.
Yeah, no.
So all those haters out there that were hating on the Lions saying,
And reports came out that Brad Holmes had multiple conversations with. the
"Oh, I'm
Raiders.
sure he did." Yeah. I mean.
So I said it's his job. Of course he's gonna I don't know. People act like it's so easy. That'd be like if we got off to a slow start and other teams are going, "Hey, let's call Detroit and just take Hutch from them because we're gonna get rid of our best defensive player,
Right.
just like that. We're not gonna throw in the
Right,
towel."
right. Well, I think too.
I know there's other variables, salary caps, and all that stuff,
Right.
but I'm like, people act like it was so easy to just get Max Crosby.
Yeah. Well, with Cleveland, I mean that's a sad tale in and of itself. So I mean,
Poor Cleveland. I feel bad for him.
well, yeah. Well, Yeah, it could be worse. It could be. You could be.
But I don't want to talk about Cleveland. I want to talk about our Detroit Lions.
Yes. So now we have Zadarius Smith on the roster. He's a team player. Sources and have been saying that yes, he is a wonderful team player, true team player, which is exactly
I hope so.
That's what's exactly what this Detroit team is all about. The team, not just one person. Because to Professor's point here, it seems like you have guys like you said, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, even Josh Allen of it's. They're used to being in the spotlight, and now that Goff's in the spotlight, yeah, it's great, and we love it. But at the same time, he gives credit where credit's due to his team, and I don't see
the whole team always does. They all do.
And
every
I don't,
position.
and I really don't see that happening with other teams in the NFL.
Not to the degree.
Not to the
see.
right.
So,
not to the degree. Yeah.
Let's cut back to last week's game, to the Green Bay game, where we went in the weather.
Yep.
It looked like an outdoor team.
We brought the cheese graters.
Yes.
But what did you guys think about Brian Branch getting ejected? I thought that was just ridiculous. I thought it was crazy. Yes, a penalty. I get it, but there was an agree. I just don't think he should have been ejected in the NFL. This isn't college. We don't have targeting.
Yeah.
I just thought it was ridiculous. But my point is, the old Lions would have crumbled. We would have caved after that.
Yeah.
Losing your best player. Hutch is already out. Now we just lost our best safety.
Yeah.
One of our best playmakers on defense, arguably. The old Lions would have just crumbled. Did we? No. What happens next? Kirby pick six.
Kirby stepped up to the plate.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then now it looks like let me just go on the route. We're at Houston next week or this coming Sunday.
Yeah, I was just going to
Sunday.
ask who's
Primetime Sunday Night Football.
Who do we? Yeah. But who do we play on Thanksgiving this year?
The Bears.
The Bears.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The Bears.
Yep. We face the Bears, and then let me go back.
So we'll
to
see Caleb in a few weeks.
Yep.
We will, and then
Jacksonville after that. I believe. Jacksonville
Jaguars,
at home.
and then we'll be visiting
Thanksgiving. No, or is there one more?
Oh, there's one more before that. We'll be at Indianapolis for the
Oh
Colts.
yeah.
The Colt. Yeah.
The Colts. So that I mean, and like I said, just looking at this schedule, I mean, for me personally, I would say just the real challenges we would face would be against the Bills or, for some reason, the 49ers. And the Niners over the Vikings, because we beat the Vikings once. We could do it again.
I don't think the Niners are all that anymore. I just don't think they're the team they were, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I just heard that McCaffrey's about to come back. So, I mean, you got to remember they've been down some of their prime players as well.
I know, but that's the point. So have we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know. Like, it's just, I'm just blown away by our depth. Like, and just the coaching and the next man up mentality. Like, it's crazy.
Well, the only reason I say that is because usually as the season goes on, usually your roster gets weaker, right? Because you have injuries or whatever. But some of these teams have been without players, and their players are starting to come back now. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, we just had the trade deadline, and we made an addition. So I'm sure
Why
everyone's.
do the Bengals always have such a slow start?
Yeah.
They always have a slow start.
Yes, it seems like they're always fighting to make up ground. And you know what? But
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Bengals fan.
No.
I can appreciate talent. I mean, Burrow, man, he's been balling this year. I mean, if you look at his stats, I'm not heavy into.
He had a rough start, though.
Stats. But he's been balling recently.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, him and his stats. And after seeing that game last night, I mean, I missed like the first. I think I'm going to start watching.
You know what I noticed
with
about that game
7-7.
last night? What happened to the old Baltimore defense, man? That was just a terrible defensive game.
Yeah, it
on
was.
both sides.
Well,
like,
it was.
wow.
It
Yeah, it
really
was. But he went up against the freak again. Lamar's a freak.
Oh yeah, and then they get at one point. I remember Lamar. It looked like he was going to get knocked out or like taken out. But then,
So it was a 35-yard run for a touchdown. It was crazy.
It's just like,
it looked like he was going to take a 20-yard loss.
and he just wiggles his
I
way
don't know if it was
out.
20 or 15. It looked like he was going to take it was at least a 15-yard loss. It looked like
And he made it
wiggled
look
his way out.
easy, like he was jogging.
So it's just
crazy.
like, this is like,
Yeah.
man, come on, like.
That's what's amazing about Lamar. I don't think his throws are all that. I don't care what anyone says.
He's got the
I don't
moves.
think that. He's got good. I think he's a good quarterback, and I just don't.
overall,
I don't think his throws are as. I'd rather have Jared Goff's throws myself.
No, he doesn't have.
I don't think he's.
They're two different players, so I don't want to.
I don't think his throws are bad, but they're not. They might be a little overrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't think.
But
he's
he does
as sharp as.
But he's creative though. I mean, you saw the little.
That's the thing.
Yeah, the little jump throws that he does.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of Mahomes-esque, right?
Exactly.
He's a playmaker.
Yep.
He's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker, man.
Yeah.
True and true.
But I love that where you just use Professor Creative. He's very creative on that field.
Yep, creative on the fly, man.
And we got to, since we said it, Mahomes, Kansas City, man. All they do is just keep winning.
Okay.
I don't get.
Well, yeah, you saw the game, right? You saw the Tampa. The game.
You are what your record says you are, and they just keep winning.
That game, went into overtime, right?
Yeah.
and Mahomes won the toss. And did you see the?
Yes, they win. I get it, but I don't know. They got to be dethroned at some point. They have to, and I really think if they are to go up against us,
and they use their trade capital, 2 touchdowns.
I don't
Chiefs.
know.
Yep.
I think that's what it's going to be.
You really think that? You really think that we're gonna see KC in New Orleans in February? You really think that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
New Orleans.
I mean,
down where the crowdheads are.
Detroit and the Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, I've told you all here, and I don't know if the listeners know. My dream Super Bowl would be the Lions and the Bills. It would be nicknamed the Lake Erie Bowl. That's what I would want, but that's not going to happen.
Well, like I said, I mean, they got the Bills got to do their job, but KC's always in the way, man.
I know. It's just they win, but it's like they're not pretty wins.
Don't have to win.
Don't have to be, man.
I know, and it's just like
only undefeated team in the NFL.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we've just been rolling. We've had some pretty wins.
Yes,
we've just been. I mean,
curb stomping and all that.
We've been punching people in the mouth.
That Green Bay win. I mean, every game we go into, but people are like. The naysayers are like, oh, this is the game. They're not going to be able to get through that. Minnesota was supposed to be such a big game. We went in there, took care of business. Now going into Green Bay in the weather.
Yeah.
Goff's not an outdoor. I'm quoting, not an outdoor quarterback. Right. They say.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. They just were prepared. They were prepared and they executed.
Wow.
Well, yeah, and like I said too, I think on the last episode, the 2 games that defined my. I was like, okay, this is a different team. Is the Dallas game after Hutch got taken out because we could have cowered and said, all right, we're done. We'll give up
at
Dallas, mind you, too. Yes, and they didn't
on Jerry's birthday,
and they didn't. And then with Minnesota, because that's a tough team, and they're away, and they got it done. I mean, it was close, but they still did it.
Yeah.
So after that point, that was my turning point for the team. I was like, this is legit.
And at Lambeau, man.
And honestly, I wasn't even nervous about Green Bay. Normally, I would be in the past, but this, I was like, we'll get it. I was like, it might be a little close. It might be close, kind of like what Minnesota was, but. I was like, I think we'll get it.
Did you see all the blue out in
I was actually supposed to be at that game.
Oh, wow.
And it got canceled. Our plans got canceled. I was somewhat relieved because the weather's just horrible to me. But it would have been great to be there. But
one of my.
It's my first trip. It would have been my first time at Lambeau, and I think it would have sucked in that weather because I would like to experience their tailgating and just check out the grounds. And it was a monsoon.
I think one of my Kiwanis members who's also on the board with me, I believe they were there. I think they went to Green Bay and went to Lambeau, so that was pretty cool to see. So they got to witness the road win.
Yeah.
So no, great team so far. Great things are being done. credits to Motor City Dan.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
And I'm going to switch gears real quick a little bit because the professor called it out our last episode.
Yes.
He ended it with Detroit basketball. And our Pistons went on. We beat the Lakers.
We beat the Lakers, yeah.
We almost had a 3-game winning streak.
Almost.
Yeah.
I mean, that close, really.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I think we lost by like a point on that third game. But
at the very end, yes.
At the very end.
Yeah, no, they've been.
Detroit, once again, it's kind of.
I just thought it was funny. I'm like, the professor gave him some good juju.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, basketball season's in full effect. The Wings are not doing too bad. Okay, I mean, they've been out there battling. Season's real early for the Wings.
It's early. It's early. I'm still in football mode, but they haven't been scoring much, man. Our offense the Red Wings offense has been.
Well, yeah, I mean, just from what I've seen, their penalties, they've been scoring on the when they get the penalties.
Power plays?
On the power plays, yeah. I'm sorry, man.
You look like you need a little help.
Yeah, it's Friday, man. We don't usually tape.
We don't usually tape on Fridays.
Yeah, we usually don't.
Yeah, and it's been one of those weeks. But anyway, yeah, on the power play, they've been scoring like really well. When they're even on the ice is when they've been having the issues. But I think, from what I heard, they're trying to come out of that slump. I think they did really well, like this last game or last couple of games.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's early in the season, and we right now we're talking a lot about football. And did we talk about college yet?
We did not talk about that, but we're going to.
Let's get to it, man.
All right.
I mean, because you were at the Michigan game.
I was at the big house. I went with a friend and a colleague and a Kiwanis member, all three in one.
Nice.
Yeah, we went to the big house, saw Oregon go up against the Wolverines. Oregon did prevail. It was not as big of a deficit as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a blowout. But it was just it's always fun being at the big house, and I do like the Oregon Ducks as a team and as a program. I think they're very good. Obviously, I think they're still number one in the country. So
Oregon and Georgia, 1 and 2.
Georgia, well. So yes, that was even though yes it was a loss, it was fun to be there. The Oregon fans are actually pretty nice people. So
well, they were in the big house.
They were in the big house.
They had to be nice,
right? Yeah, but it was just amazing to see like they literally traveled from the West Coast to be here to be there over the weekend. I was like, damn, like man, you're really dedicated to your Ducks, huh? So Wolverines did lose. Wasn't surprised by that in the least. Indiana's next. IU. I think they're undefeated.
They are. They're
so
undefeated.
That's gonna be an interesting game. I'm gonna.
Is that at the big house?
Let's see.
No, they're at Indiana.
Okay. And yeah, I don't know if that'll be a winner or not.
Yes, they're at Indiana.
Yeah, so that might be another loss.
That's
for
a
us.
loss. Sorry.
And I must mention.
Yes. Go ahead.
The Buckeyes.
Yes, your Buckeyes.
Yeah, they did a little something this past weekend.
Yeah, they
beat
did.
Penn State.
Yeah, they did.
I know. I was really hoping Penn State could do it.
I know you were.
I really was.
We took care of business. It was a battle,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, my mistake. Ohio State's ranked number 2 this week.
Wow.
Georgia's 3.
Wow.
My bad. Am I looking at the right day? I am. Ohio State is number 2. I'm shocked. I'm sorry. No offense. I just thought. I didn't think they were 2. I thought Georgia was for sure.
I'm trying to be like Goff. Be a little quiet about it.
Oh, well, I told you. I think the Buckeyes are in. They're definitely going to be their champion. I mean,
we have our loss, but who do we lose to?
Yeah. True. You lost to who we just played.
Yeah. I mean, and, Oregon's tough.
They are a tough team. It could, dare I say, well, I don't know. Could they do a rematch because they're in the same conference now?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know how the playoff is all set up right now.
Yeah, because now there's like...
I think everyone's looking forward to seeing how this thing plays out.
Yeah.
But that's right around the corner.
It is.
It's right around the corner for college.
It really is.
And only a few months left for the NFL as well.
Yeah,
for the regular season.
Right.
Don't say that, David. It's a long season. There's a lot of football.
Well, I said a few months.
A few months.
Say a few days.
Yeah, a few months. Mitchell, how did your Fighting Irish do? Do you know?
They were on a bye last week.
Okay, so they
lost.
Who do they face next? Do we know?
I think Army. Is it Army this week or is that next week? No, Florida State.
Okay.
Florida State this week.
Florida State. Okay. All right.
And in South Bend.
Okay. And what's the Irish season been looking like?
7-1, same as Ohio State.
Oh wow.
Playoff bound.
Wow. Yep. Okay. Well, that would be real interesting to see.
It's all about getting into the playoffs, man.
My God, that'd be real interesting to see Ohio State Notre Dame. Oh man. Oh, I hate both teams, but go Irish. Sorry, Professor. Oh my gosh, too funny. Yeah, so I believe that's college. I didn't follow Michigan State's.
They got their butt kicked by Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they got their butt kicked by Michigan, I think the week before. So, State.
Yeah, that was a crappy game. I'm sorry, Wolverine fan. I actually took Michigan. I bet on them. I won a few dollars, but just a boring game, man. To me, I didn't think it was a good game.
Yeah. Hey, but we won. It wasn't a pretty win, but we won.
Oh, now it's okay. Now it's okay if it's not a pretty win.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, not to be rude, but Michigan needed those wins because
yes, they did.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're going to be battling to even try to
get a bowl at this point.
Think about a bowl game. So
I mean, that's where we're at.
While we have bowl games,
yeah, right.
That's a whole other thing, right? With this new playoff and everything else. I mean, there's a possibility that bowl games might not even be around here in the near future.
I know they're ruining college football. It's so college football is so, I don't know.
Yeah, hey, it's all about what?
Follow the money.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the dough. That's right.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got to get paid, even the players now, right?
Even all the recruiting, all that, it's all ruined with NIL and all that. Everything's ruined. Sorry, it is.
But it's football. But
yeah,
it's true. It is still football.
All right, I think I'm gonna have a sip of Liquid Death, our unofficial sponsor.
Unofficial sponsor of the Real Estate
Liquid
Tailgate.
Death.
I think I will too.
Switch over to some real estate chat.
That's right.
I'm actually going the bubbly way today.
That's right. Hold that can up. There you go. Oh, beautiful.
So, what's been happening, David?
In the real estate world?
In the real estate world. The mortgage world.
In the mortgage world. I mean, you wouldn't happen to be asking about the R word, would you? The R word?
Yeah, the election's over, and then I saw the Fed met and cut rates, not mortgage rates, cut the rate.
The Fed rate.
Yep,
they did. Yeah, and it's kind of with the election. We're taping right after the election. Election was a few days ago. The national election.
I've been doing this 20-something years. I've been through 5 elections, right? I think it would add up correctly, but the time frame. But I never really noticed a big change after any election in the real estate market. To be honest with you, everyone's always like, "Oh, I always hear people say, oh, let's wait till after the election."
Yeah,
but honestly, nothing really changed.
No, nothing really changed. I mean, it's just just another day. And the thing about rates is, don't get me wrong, the markets had reaction, but that's a whole different story. The markets reacted, and that's to be expected. But mortgage rates weren't really affected directly with the election or the Fed cut.
Right. As you've said over and over again.
Yeah.
It
I mean, rates actually went up a little bit beginning of this week, and then we gained it back, I think, yesterday. And it really wasn't because of the Fed cut. But, once again, don't have time to go in all the details. But basically right now, just so you know, when it comes to rates, I mean, rates were trending down and we were looking really good like in September. And that's when rates started to go up.
And now they're back where they were all summer, right? Basically.
Yeah, and just so that everyone knows the forecast with mortgage rates, this is kind of the new norm right now. Okay, in other words, don't expect for us to get back to the September rates really quick. We might have a slight improvement throughout the rest of the year, but we probably won't hit September rates, rates as low as we had just a few months ago, until next year. Just saying.
You heard it here first.
Just saying. Okay, and I could be wrong. I don't have a crystal ball.
The best economists are wrong 60% of the time. Something like that. That's the phrase, yeah. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just like normal. Activity is pretty much normal.
I'd agree. Yep.
I think you said that. Actually,
inventory's still up. I was expecting it to go down now that we're into November. I thought it would drop, but it's still up a little. Like I say every week, not up crazy, still a seller's market, but it's not extreme like it was earlier in the year. So
yeah, and we're talking about our market, really.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think
real estate is local. I tell people that all the time. Real estate is local.
And I think part of that is because of this beautiful weather we're having here in Michigan. You know what I mean?
I think the weather definitely affects the market. I do.
It does. I mean,
I do.
Because, it's funny.
I would say more so the weather than the elections.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Because if you really think about it, where we're at here in Michigan, by now we've probably usually had some snow showers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yesterday...
And it kind of puts you mentally in thinking about the holidays.
I was at a new listing yesterday. It's coming on the market soon. My photographer showed up. He's in it's November 8th? 7th. November 7th yesterday. Today's the 8th. He shows up in a T-shirt and his camera and tripod. It was just November. Like, usually, there'd be like snowflakes and hats and gloves and coats.
So you're just kind of thinking about the holidays coming up.
It's been a beautiful fall. It really has, and I think it helps. People still look for houses. Yes, when it's cold, but it's just I don't know. To me,
well, I was going to say, some people have to sell.
Yes.
Okay, and some people have to buy.
Yeah,
they don't stop. Okay, but the ones that have the luxury of saying, hey, we'll shut things down over the holidays because. Sellers will do that if they don't have to sell.
It does not feel like we're 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Not even in the least bit to me. It's because of the weather, which I love. Love this weather, by the way.
Yeah, same here.
Fabulous.
I'm not going to complain one bit.
We did have the time change, and that affects the market, in my opinion. I have no stats or nothing. I'm just giving you the Mike Mitchell version of my opinion. Because it gets dark so early, and a lot of people don't like to go look out at the houses after work. Then, it slows down. Where in the summer, it's not uncommon to go look at a house at 7:30 at night.
Exactly.
Now it's dark out at 5:15. People are home, have dinner, and are like, "Oh God, I'm tired."
No, I agree with you.
I'm like, where 3 months ago, 6:30, you'd be like, "Yeah, let's go look at a house."
Let's
go. Let's get our
6:30,
realtor to go look at a house.
8:30.
Yeah, even 8:30.
Yeah,
for sure. Sure.
No, I agree with you totally. That
so
does
that
have
affects
an effect.
the market a little. So
yeah, and that was just this past weekend as well. So yeah, just a lot going on this week as far as things that could affect real estate. Like you said, I think the time change in the weather probably affected more than what was going on.
Absolutely.
with the election and the Fed. But things are pretty much normal. Now, what kind of activity have you had recently with some of your deals? Or
so last week, was it last week or this week? It was last week. I closed on a condo last week. So yeah, it's cash buyer, condominium, business as usual, man. So what about you?
Yeah, same thing. And it's funny that you bring up the condo thing because I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes and talk about condos because I have one client right now first-time buyer, young guy looking for a condo. He really just wants a condo just because of his lifestyle. He thinks it's going to be the best thing for him.
Sure.
And there's a lot of people that consider buying condos, but I just want to remind everyone that when you go to get pre-approved, if you're thinking about buying a condo, make sure that you do mention that. Even if it's, even if you're looking at condos and homes, because there's a difference when you go to qualify on the qualifying side.
Sure.
Your condos have association, which means you got to pay association dues.
And that factors into your
debt to income ratio.
Your debt to income, your pre-approval.
So that can make a difference depending on where you're looking as to what you're qualified for as far as a dollar amount and whatnot. And then you need to understand, if you're not aware of what those things cover, the condo association.
I question if anyone. So whenever I write a deal on a condo, there's a contingency, usually X amount, 3 days, whatever, to review the bylaws. Mm-hmm. I was getting to my clients, and I honestly question if whoever even looks at them.
Yeah.
I do, but I have to, they'll ask me questions about it, and I'll answer what I can. But I'm like, well, here's the bylaws, and I really don't think very few people.
Yeah, you're right. Very few, but
even browse through them. Because sometimes I'll get questions at closing, and we're like, well, didn't you review the bylaws?
Well, I do have some people that will go through it, just from my experience, only because maybe
they're in a minority, I would say.
Yeah, they're definitely a minority, but usually it's someone that's heard something, like from a relative or something like that. Saying, you better check the bylaws for this.
Are you allowed to barbecue?
Yeah, are you allowed to do this, or are you allowed to do that, or whatever?
Something? Can you barbecue? Yeah. Not just the normal, can I have a dog or cat?
And then they'll probably go to look for those things specifically,
right?
You know what I mean, in the bylaws. But no, yeah, you're right, because your condo associations, they have different rules and regulations. And
I actually closed on another condo. I don't know if we talked about the last show. So yeah, I've sold quite a few condos in the last month. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it just has nothing to do with the season. It's just the way business comes and goes. It comes in spurts like that. So sometimes it just always seems to work out that way. Like all of a sudden I'm the condo king for a month. Sell 3 in a month, and then when I sell a condo for 6 months, all back to houses. So yeah, it's just funny the way it works out.
Well, the reason I wanted to bring that up is because, this particular client that I have right now, he's going through the learning curve of learning the difference. He's brand spanking new, never owned a home, never owned a condo. But he's, having to go through and learn about the associations and, some of the pros and cons either way, house versus condo. But
it's a great option for some people. It's the right fit for some people. It is the perfect fit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And
for some, not so much. For some, no, they need a house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And condos are, people aren't aware. I mean, they're just like homes. Some have garages, some don't.
Some have basements, some don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's different style condos. You have your high-rise condos. You have your
townhouse ranch,
detached. There's a number of different types of condos. But the biggest thing is making sure that you learn about these things if you're considering them, so that you do understand pros and cons. And the big thing is always come back to the association. Make sure you understand how the
that HOA amount, the monthly homeowners association fee, is going to affect your pre-approval. So
yeah, it's going to affect your pre-approval, and you got to pay it, because Mike, what happens if you don't pay your association dues?
The HOA can foreclose on you, even though you're current on your mortgage. You can be. So David, I'm laughing because me and David had a laugh about this deal I had a couple months ago. It never developed into a deal. I was trying to get it for my buyer, and it came to light that the owner, he wasn't behind on his mortgage, so he wasn't in foreclosure on that, but he hadn't paid his HOA in like 2.5 years, and we got a kick out of it. We're like, what? So that's a whole nother story. I don't know why the listing agent didn't know about that or what was going on, but 2.5 years. So, and I looked it up. That one is now in foreclosure by the HOA. So yeah.
Yep, that can happen. Yeah. As a matter of fact, there was a lot of that going on right after the crash. That's why I'm a little familiar with because people were after the crash. People were hurting in different ways, and some people thought, "Hey, I'll pay my house note, but I'll let the association dues go." But what they didn't realize is that these associations were hurting too.
They can do it too, yeah.
Yeah, they were hurting.
They can foreclose on you too, just like taxes. Just like if you don't pay your taxes, they can do your mortgage foreclosure, tax foreclosure, homeowners association foreclosure.
Yep.
There's several different kinds. So
So I just thought I'd touch on that, but other than that, everything's pretty much normal. Doc, how we doing on time, man? Because I know we went real long on the football.
Oh, it's all good. We're at 40 minutes.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's talk some more football.
All right. Hey, I'm always down.
So I'm serious.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Well, yeah, we do know the Lions are going to be in Houston. So
yeah, Sunday night, right?
Sunday night. Yep. Primetime game.
I had my big tailgate 2 weeks ago.
Yes. How was that?
The Tennessee game. It was awesome. I think we had about 50 people. It was crazy.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't
the
make
food,
it.
My partners here didn't make it.
Sorry.
They're both invited, and neither one made it. But
next year for sure.
Oh yeah,
man, we had some amazing food.
What'd you have?
Breakfast pierogies, bacon wrapped skewers. They're amazing. It's chicken tenders on a skewer wrapped in bacon with a tangy sauce grilled. Amazing. Of course, brats. I got to have brats at all games. So,
yes.
And then there's people. Everyone brings a dish. We had shrimp and I can't even go on to. There was so much food. It was crazy. And the infamous Bloody Mary bar, which was fabulous. So
yes, the infamous Bloody Mary bar. Yeah,
thick cut bacon, olives, you name it, pickles, celery. Hot sauce, you name it. So it was good. It was a success. And then we had a blowout game against Tennessee, which was kind of cool because a lot of people come to that game. So it was almost like being in a Tiger game that game because I wasn't on the edge of my seat. Like by the fourth quarter, everyone was kind of just sitting back talking. It was kind of cool. It was kind of fun. So
that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at.
Next big tailgate for me will be Thanksgiving, where I'm going to do a full turkey dinner down there. So
all right.
That's the plan, anyways, as of now, unless anything changes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice meal before the Bears.
The Bears. It's kind of cool. We play the Bears or Packers a lot on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I know it reminds me as a kid. My grandma let me watch the game, in the living room because everyone's in there.
Yeah.
So I could, go back in and watch the end of the game before we ate.
Yeah,
and it was always the Bear. I don't know. It probably wasn't always, but my memories as a kid was a lot of the Bears and the Lions.
Yeah. Well, I remember my first Thanksgiving game against the Packers. And I think that was the one where they hadn't beaten them in years. That was
Was this at Ford Field? I was there.
Yeah,
I remember that game.
Yeah. I was there with my one best friend Kyle. I think you two might have met him. Yeah, he's a Lions fan too, and so yeah, we we walked out of Ford Field and we're like, wow, we actually beat the Packers, and we were here to witness it. And I have I don't know, Mitchell, if you still have yours, but I still have my shirt that they give out for those games, and it's still wrapped.
Shirt?
Yeah,
they give out a shirt.
Yeah, there's a shirt.
Well, you have to be one of the first so many in.
Yeah,
and if you were tailgating, you might not have gotten.
Yeah, but I don't usually. We usually button it up at because I'm there for kickoff. I'm there for the hype video for the announcement of players. So we're usually there in time. But a lot of times we do miss the freebies.
I
got some pennants still from Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I know the one year they used to give us a lion's tail. I gave it to my daughter. She's an adult now, but she was a kid at the time. She loved it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, well, one of the freebies.
I do have a Jared Goff bobblehead.
Yeah, one of the freebies was a Lions Packers shirt.
I don't remember a shirt though.
That's funny. And my buddy is he's like, you keep that wrapped up. You do not open that. That's gonna be worse.
I have a Lions Packers towel.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of those.
A couple towels from Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. With lots of beer stains on them.
I feel like the giveaways aren't as good as they used to be.
Yeah, they were okay. Use it to clean a screen or something. But yeah. So Houston this weekend. They'll be away. It'll be Goff.
Sunday night football.
Sunday night football.
Prime time. Yep.
Jared Goff versus C.J. Stroud.
Jared Goff.
And,
Jared Goff. Jared Goff.
And Professor, where did C.J. Stroud graduate? Where did he play for in college? Who did he play for in college?
The
Miami of Ohio? No. Oh no, Ohio State.
the university.
Yes, the Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
Yes.
Yep.
yes.
He's a Buckeye.
He is. Now I can actually root for him, and not on Sunday, but outside of playing the Lions, I do like him as a player. So
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
I mean, yeah. When they hit the pros, things change, man. Because
Yes.
I love Hutch.
yes.
You know, and Hutch is from where?
Oh, hail to the
No, but I love Hutch.
yeah, and it's like that. Even though J.J. McCarthy, even though he's a Wolverine, he is now a Viking. So.
Yeah, he's a sidelined Viking. I think
He
everyone's
is.
curious to see what's going to happen next year if he's back next year.
Yeah,
How he does.
I think he will be, and I think to our point too, he needed to be on the sidelines this season.
I think it's good. I think it's good for both quarterbacks. The one that stepped in, that's rocking right now, really.
Yes, yeah, Sam Darnold.
And for him, you know what I mean? So he can sit back and soak some stuff in and get a feel for what the NFL is really like.
Yeah,
So hopefully that does him some good, because, both quarterbacks want to play. And if McCarthy steps up and takes the spot next year, then Sam's got to go somewhere. He's playing for a job, right? Think
Right.
about it. He's playing for a job right
Yeah.
now, and someone's going to need a quarterback. Someone always needs a quarterback.
yeah.
So
Jets, or the Cowboys, one of those two.
I don't know what the Cowboys is. Well, I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, so I sent a text message to Professor Mitchell here, and I was watching a ESPN clip of they're talking, of course, about the Cowboys and how they're whatever, and one of the comments in the comment section said, "Breaking news: Dak Prescott is broken again." Oh, but yeah.
And then what did I respond? I said,
Poor Dak. I like Dak.
I said we broke him.
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. It's just,
I hate the Cowboys, but I like Dak.
yeah.
Well, he's a talented dude, man. He's a talented dude, but
yeah, but it's just like it's just another thing that team just has to, that they just have to go through. It's like it's.
well, yeah, it's not. It's not Dak. I don't think it's Dak. And once again, he's broken again.
Right.
But but when it comes to Dallas, man, it's all about the Jerry. It's
of
about
course,
the Jerry
of course,
show, you know what I
it's
mean?
the Jerry Jones show, and he's ruining that team.
Well, he's
That's his team.
it's his team, man.
Yeah, it's his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be worse.
You know what, fellas? I think it's time to wrap it up. You know how I know?
How do you know?
I am empty on liquid death.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
That means we're at 46 minutes.
We're at 48 now.
Oh, see, I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we went a little bit longer because it's a Friday.
Yeah, it's a Friday. Yeah.
It's Friday.
But yeah, we do need to wrap up. So until next time, Mike, if anyone wants to get a hold of you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Google me, Mike Mitchell Realtor. Call or text 586-291-2652. No questions, a stupid question. I'd love to have a conversation with anyone that wants to talk real estate
Or football.
or football.
Yeah. And for me, Dave Underwood, Google me or call or text 248-219-3457. Quick shout out to The Knot, where we tape our episodes. Great place. Work sharing office space. If you're not familiar with it, you need to come check it out. Go online or set up a time and come check it out in person. It's an awesome spot. Big shout out again to our trusted producer / editor / partner, Dr. Walter Hooper.
Yeah. Thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate you. I'm gonna pull a Lions thing here. Team mentality, right? I appreciate you guys putting your trust in me and allowing me to be your producer, editor, content creator. It's so much fun, and
love you, bro.
I always enjoy.
Thank you, sir.
I always enjoy our tapings and our conversations, and looking forward to many more. And folks, if for those of you that are not aware, come March of 2025. We will be marking the first anniversary of the Real Estate Tailgate.
Wow!
So we're gonna have some things planned.
Oh.
That
That could be March Madness.
Ooh! I like
Just thinking.
I know,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Until then, though, I just got to say forward down the field.
Forward down the field.
Yeah, and those of you out there listening, we really appreciate you. Don't forget to like and share what you hear, what you see, because we are on YouTube and Spotify. In case you didn't know that, you can check us out. We appreciate you all, and until next time, see ya.
Peace out, everyone. Have a great week.